Chapter 9. Morgan. Thank you, Morgan said softly. You have freed me from the magician's spell. Jack just stared at her. You were Peanut? Said Annie. Morgan nodded and smiled. Really? You were with us all the time, said Jack. On all of our missions. Morgan nodded. Why did we have to go on this mission to find a mouse? Said Jack. If you were always with us. To break the spell, we had to be on the moon, said Morgan. You could have broken it the minute we arrived. Oh, that's what you were trying to say, said Annie. We didn't have to leave the moon base at all. Morgan nodded and smiled. But the moon man came along to help us. He drew a constellation of the mouse. Is he your friend? Said Annie. Morgan shrugged. Let's just say we had a little talk. He stopped by the moon base while we were out. The same way you had a talk with the ninja master, right? And the monkey and the sorcerer, said Jack. Morgan nodded. I always squeaked to the ones who helped you. But how did they understand you? A mouse, said Jack. Morgan smiled. Certain wise ones understand the language of little creatures, she said. I bet it was you who turned the pages of the book, said Annie, to show us where to go next. Morgan nodded. But who turned you into a mouse? Said Annie. Morgan frowned. A certain person who likes to play tricks on me, she said. His name is Merlin. Merlin? Said Jack. The greatest magician of all time? Morgan stiffened. He's not that great, she said. He doesn't even know I have 2 brave friends to help me. Us? Anne said shyly. Morgan nodded. And I thank you both with all of my heart. You're welcome, said Jack and Annie. Morgan handed Annie the Pennsylvania book. Are you ready to go home now? She said. Yes, said Jack and Annie. Annie pointed to the picture of Frog Creek Woods. I wish we could go there, she said, and the treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster till everything was still, absolutely still. But only for a moment.